Hello everyone, my name is Ethan and welcome to my investing channel. Today, I'm going to talk about Xerox, whose share price has declined by more than 50% since January this year. We are looking at a PE of 3.5 times, very much cheaper than all of other tech stocks out there, which have PE of easily more than 30 or even over 100 times. Xerox is such an old company founded since 1906 in New York. When we talk about Xerox, what comes to mind immediately would be their printers. If you are working in a corporate, most likely you are using a Xerox printer for your work. So why am I comparing it to tech stocks when Xerox is just a printer company? Xerox is going through some transformation which I personally think may need to buck up more. Xerox has many more other businesses as well. The company designs and produces equipment, creates and markets workplace services, communication software, management, and digitization services. Xerox's primary offerings are intelligent workplace services, as well as digital and cloud print services and communication and marketing solutions. Sounds too complicated? Let me break it down for you. Basically, these days the printer has become smarter, just like the smart refrigerator bought by Gene Yang in Season 4, Episode 7 of Silicon Valley sitcom drama.
I ordered it already. I buy it for myself.
Then why are you talking to me about it?
To make you feel bad. Because you're fat and poor.
This must be the new fridge.
You like this? Look, it has a screen so you can see all the food that's inside.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like that one.
This one has an app so you can actually watch the food on your phone.
All it needs to do is keep my fucking beer cold.
You're running low on beer.
Fuck you.
Whoops, did you forget to scan that barcode?
Yes, I did. On purpose.
Ah, there we go.
It's bad enough it has to talk. Does it need fake vocal tics like,
Well, it just makes it sound more human.
Humans are shit. This thing is addressing problems that don't exist. It's solutionism at its worst. We are dumbing down machines that are inherently superior.
Features such as print from iPhones, iPad, or any type of mobile phones. You can even send email to the printer for immediate print as well. So the following are just some clips from Xerox themselves explaining their product.
It's another day, and another stop on my whirlwind tour to visit every one of our regional centers around the globe. As Director of Worldwide Operations, it's my responsibility to manage our digital transformation and make sure we have the right systems in place to support both office-based and mobile workers. We recently upgraded to the Xerox AltaLink family of multifunction printers, and this trip has helped me fully appreciate what a wise decision that was. AltaLink multifunction printers are built on Xerox Connect Key technology, a complete mobile-ready system, easy to set up and ready to work. It's like our team has its own workplace assistant. That extra productivity really counts for a mobile workforce, and I should know. For example, with mobile print, I can print instantly from any mobile device without downloading software using print at printbyxerox.com. It's as easy as sending an email, and it's free. Or how about tap to pair for your NFC-enabled phone or tablet? It doesn't get any simpler. Every AltaLink has the same big smart tablet user interface we can customize by device, fleet, or group to keep the functions and apps we use most right up front. Xerox even has an online app store, the App Gallery, you can access right from the machine to add more time-saving applications. When we need to print securely, documents are held at the printer until released with a simple swipe of an RFID card. And with Connect Key's benchmark security, enhanced by our partnership with McAfee, security is never an issue. With so many locations and mobile workers, we rely pretty heavily on the cloud for document storage. It's no problem to print or scan to or from any of the major cloud repositories. Some of AltaLink's capabilities are downright astonishing, like Xerox Easy Translator service. We can scan or send a document for instant translation in any one of 44+ languages, and that's just one example. And Xerox Managed Print Services have really helped us make giant leaps towards greater efficiencies and operational savings with their productivity tools and cost controls. Just one more of many things to be excited about. In fact, whichever of our offices I've visited this trip, I've seen that excitement and team members energized by Altalink's Connect Key technologies. Like me, they know our digital transformation will make them more successful and make us more competitive. So, on to the next stop for me and for my company.
In summary, a smarter printer in your office or your home. So the key question is, do you think printer will continue to exist in 10 years? My guess is no. I prefer a virtual world where all the documents are saved online and can be viewed online anywhere, anytime. Plus, our mobile phones nowadays are so advanced that viewing documents, amending documents, sending documents, and even signing documents can all be done through our mobile phones. Do we really need a hard copy nowadays? So, why has Xerox caught my attention? Carl Icahn, an American billionaire, and he's the founder and controlling shareholder of Icahn Enterprises, a diversified conglomerate holding company based in New York City. Formerly known as American Real Estate Partners, he's also chairman of Federal Mogul, an American developer, manufacturer, and supplier of powertrain components and vehicle safety products. So, according to Forbes magazine, he has a net worth of $16.7 billion in 2020, making him the 26th wealthiest person on the Forbes 400 and the 5th wealthiest hedge fund manager. So in one of the many interviews that I came across, he mentioned that he looked back in his life, he realized that investment that makes him the most money are those that he holds for 7 to 9 years. But you got to buy the investment when nobody wants it. It sounds simple, but arguably, we know this is often not what the investors practice. Okay, now back to the original story. So Mr. Icahn has picked up about 4 million shares between August to September this year at an average price of $17. This caught my attention, right? It means he believes Xerox will be able to turn around the business in the future. Possibly after 7 years? I personally don't think we need to wait for that long. So what is Xerox prospect like? We all know printers are unlikely going to last as everything now moving towards paperless office, which save time and money, reduce wastage, helps the environment, more space for your office, etc. etc. All the good things without physical paper. Companies that transform papers to paperless such as DocuSign and Zoom have all gone up more than 100% this year alone. COVID-19 of course is the catalyst for all this. COVID-19 has shut down many businesses around the world, and not to mention many countries went through lockdown to curb the pandemic, which makes traditional businesses like Xerox unable to run their business. Xerox, which are asset intensive with photocopying machines, printers, and related equipment, have took a huge hit. The business model basically has never been in such a bad position before. A change is mandatory for Xerox to survive. So survive basically means they don't go bust or our money will be gone. But as an investor, we don't want to invest in a surviving business. We want to invest in a thriving business, and the business needs to show promising prospect for us to put our hard-earned money into the company. So what is Xerox doing that earns the trust from Mr. Icahn that this business will be able to give great returns in the future? Many investors or analysts suggested that Xerox is facing crisis in its business model. However, Xerox has been in the market for a very long time and have survived many market crises. The more objective way to look at the company is by going through their financials. The company remained positive operating cash flow of $173 million from existing business, albeit a decrease of $49 million from a year ago. Adjusted operating margin has fell to 4.2%, used to be above around 10%. Second quarter revenue also declined by 34.6%. These numbers are far worse than projected during the 2019 Investor Day presentation and are a direct reflection of the impact of COVID-19 on the business in the first quarter. Countries on lockdown as well as people working from home have resulted in 50% decline in pages volumes in March. The company have two types of contracts with its customer. One is fixed, which is good because it ensures companies still receive minimum payment of the leasing and printing services. And number two is a variable rate contracts, which suffered a significant loss of revenue. In addition to that, installation of equipment are also delayed due to obvious reasons, Basically, all this resulted in decline in sales by 100 million for the quarter, which is huge because the company is already seeing the decline in revenue since 2015 without COVID. So it will only get worse until the business model is changed, or rather the new market segment, which the company said is promising, replaces the core businesses rather faster than expected. Judging from the Q2 performance, it does not seem likely. And because the negative outlook of majority of its customers during COVID-19, accounting standard requires the company to increase bad debt allowance by 60 million on its leasing portfolio, which brought their adjusted operating margin from 10% down to 4.2%. Now, with a PE of only 3.5 times, no doubt the company is really cheap now, but I reckon this company is priced reasonably at this level because everyone is not confident in their ability to turn around the business. So far, based on what I have read, it matches the description of an unpopular company among the investing community, which is why Mr. Iken started to accumulate the shares subtly over the course of 2 months. The share price has also went up from $14.90 in May, and now it stands at $19, equivalent to an increase of 27.5%. Now the key question is, what does the future hold for this company? Xerox said that they will see promising growth from their new market segments, which we can track by looking at their earnings presentation. They refer it as Xerox Services. However, Xerox Services revenue declined around 28% year-on-year, with new business signings down due to delay in customer purchasing decisions. There is a growth in this area, but the growth isn't as quick as I would like it to be. The company also explained that this is because customers are delaying the renewal decisions and extending the existing contracts, citing the uncertainty of the environment, although the numbers are negative. But it sounds to me that it is all due to the pandemic. And will pandemic last forever? The obvious answer is no, so my guess is the share price will most likely rebound quite substantially on positive news relating to the vaccine for COVID-19. Looking at before COVID-19, the pre-COVID-19 era, or rather before March, the share price was above $30. I would think it is reasonable to assume that they will go back to pre-COVID level when the vaccine is announced, give or take 10 or 20% discount. So I will definitely keep my eyes on this share. But timing the market is never a good practice. And look at the share price lowest was $14.90, which is around 30% lower than current price. 30% against almost 100% upside. I think this is a risk worth taking, but the only issue now is that I still don't see a bright future on this business model. So this will likely be a short-term play. Also, another important thing to note is that the company pays good dividend. The expected dividend yield is around 5%, which will mitigate my 30% loss if it ever goes horribly wrong. I always look at how much I would lose first before thinking about how much I would gain. The risk to reward ratio is something within my appetite, hence it is something worth keeping an eye for now. That is all for today's episode. If you agree with my view of the company, give me a like, or you find that my view is totally opposite of yours, feel free to unlike. I would like to know how you guys think. And finally, if you like the Undervalued series like today's episode, please subscribe, like and comment. Thank you and bye bye.